Like, unless it is the greatest movie of all time, it's not my favorite DCU movie. Okay, we have about 30 seconds to record. Like
This is gonna be so improv. It's not funny.
Why, you haven't thought of anything at all?
No.
Why, you haven't been thinking of anything?
No.
You don't know what you want this movie to be like whatsoever.
I do know. I do know.
Oh wait, actually, there needs to be an intro, doesn't there? Hey guys, Six Sales here, and welcome to another video where, if you didn't know, I'm going to see The Flash 2 weeks in advance.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's 2 weeks.
Fucking 2 weeks in advance, really fucking cool. And pretty much, I'm here with the person I'm taking, and we're going to say, well, what we're expecting, and then I'm probably going to do another video. He might be here, he might not, I don't really fucking know. Might do an audio recording of us in the car, so you get instant reactions and something afterwards of what we think is going to happen in the actual film, and whether we think we're going to like it or not, and then if we do like it or not, and what happens, quote unquote, what happens, aka. Don't spoil it, but kind of spoil it, but we just see how it goes.
Yeah. We'll try not to spoil anything, and if we are talking about like a specific scene, we'll just be like, this character did this, which we didn't like.
This character did this thing while doing this thing to a different character, which caused this thing later when that thing happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, which was a really cool tumble effect.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just gonna be really shit. So but if you stick around to after this part, if you don't want to watch this, you can just skip to that. That'll be fine. But this way, you get to see what we're expecting, and you can understand our scores later on and shit, and you can understand what we're talking about later.
Yeah. Okay. Well, off the bat, I'm expecting to like the movie. I am expecting to like the movie.
Wow, you Ezra Miller. It's because he beats his wife. You heard it in The Escapist. Now you've heard it here. My God.
It's becoming a reality at this point. No, I'm expecting to like it because isn't it supposed to be like a full reset? And
it is.
And is it supposed to be a reset of the cinematic universe and also kind of the writing style?
I don't know about the writing style.
Okay.
Because
opinions may be changing.
Okay, because here's a bit of a... I am going to do a recap video of the DCEU before The Flash comes out. Like, for everyone else. Fuckers. Yeah. No, but in the comics, the Flashpoint was basically done so that the New 52 could happen, and it basically rewrote everything except for some shit that it kind of wanted to keep. Like, for instance, I think Batman was something it kept, when really it should have just been a hard reset. And in it, you see Thomas Wayne as Batman, you see the Flash believing it's the reverse Flash until it was actually him that changed the timeline, but I don't think that's going to happen in this film. If you haven't read Flashpoint, go read it before watching this film, because this film's probably going to be at least semi-spoilers throughout the whole thing. But it's a really good fucking comic. Have you actually read it?
No, I've seen like bits of it like on Instagram. I get like half little panels of it. So it is interesting though. So.
It is probably one of the best comics that I've read.
Have you read Doomsday Clock?
No, I have not read Doomsday Clock yet.
Alright.
Right away. Fucking run. Dude, I've read Berserk, okay, and it's up there, I'm telling you. It is up there with... Okay, no, it's not, but... If we're comparing it to, like, mangas, it's not, like, as great. Like, it's still amazing, but it's not, like, it's no Kingdom Come.
They're different. You can't compare a manga and a comic. They're two different fields, I guess. It's the same device of transportation, you know? Paneled images. And...
Actually, that's a different conversation. We can talk about that later.
Anyways, look, what do you think of the movie? What do you think's going to happen?
I'm assuming, first of all, whether I like it or not, I'm assuming that this is going to be my favorite DCU movie.
DCEU?
Yeah. Sorry, not DCU, okay, because that includes animated, and that's just not happening. Like, unless it is the greatest movie of all time, it's not my favorite DCU movie.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, yours is Under the Red Hood. But... God, because since it's going to hard reset it looks like it's going to stay faithful to literally every character, except for maybe Batbra. That's something you'll see. It's in the trailers. People were making fun of him for Batman because it looks like he's wearing a sports bra.
Oh god! Oh, I forget. That's some context. I haven't seen any trailers.
Yeah. He hasn't watched any trailer whatsoever. Blind. So his point of view is like, I'm expecting Grant Gustin to be in there. I'm expecting Ezra Miller, and I'm here like...
That's literally all I'm expecting. I'm expecting the TV show Flash actor. I don't know his name. I'm guessing it's that Grant guy. I'm expecting him to be in it, and that's it. That's all I'm expecting.
Apparently he's not even in it.
Okay, well,
He still could be. They could be pulling a Spider-Man Homecoming.
I think I don't
Like,
know.
no, Spider-Man No Way Home.
I'm not sure, but I think I either saw a really well done edit or I might have seen a spoiler, and I'm not sure.
I mean, I doubt it was a spoiler. 'Cause if you're talking about the thing where they're both in like the thing and they're looking at each other, that's from the TV show.
There you go.
Yeah, which
Yeah.
kind of sucks because not the point of the movie. But yeah, so what I'm expecting pretty much is I'm expecting to love this whole film, and I'm hoping that it will stay truthful to the characters, and if it doesn't, like this whole DC EU universe hasn't, I'm probably going to end up hating this film.
Yeah, I mean, it's. I'm not gonna lie. It's probably my last stand with DCEU.
The
Like,
Beetle.
that's a good point. That's a good point. Okay, so
This is your second last.
I mean,
stand.
to be fair, but Blue Beetle has an advantage because I already like the
Yeah, I
character.
know.
but-
If this film is good, it's going to reset The Last Stand for after Blue Beetle.
Yeah.
But if it's bad, it's like Blue Beetle's the only hope.
Because didn't they come in with a new director and
Yeah,
he was
James
like,
Gunn.
yeah, no, like, okay, we're gonna reset everything. I don't want or like I heard it's gonna be a huge reset of writing. I thought.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Like-
it's going to be James Gunn's style of writing throughout the whole
Yeah,
thing.
which I hope will be improved because I kind of
I mean-
starting to give up on the way they used to do it. I'm not gonna
Well, I mean, okay. In Star Wars, because he wrote Force Awakens, he didn't have, like, he wrote it, but he didn't have anything planned out for the future, which is why it went bad. Like, The Last Jedi, and then they tried to change everything back in the last one. But in this, it seems like he actually has a set out point of view for everything, including, like, The Flash.
So like even the movies to come, he's got a plan for.
Yeah, it seems like he's planning every single movie with, like, great detail. So hopefully, even if this movie is, like, bad, the rest should be, like, at least decent to God
Yeah.
tier.
Okay. Well,
Like, everything
I'm
after this year.
Okay.
Because I believe Superman comes out in 2025.
Fingers crossed for that.
I believe Batman comes out in 2026. And those two movies, if those two flop, then the DC's dead.
Yeah. Wait, is the Superman movie going to be a James Gunn one, or is it going to be?
It's going to be James Gunn.
Okay, but the Batman's going to be the same as the Robert Pattinson, right?
No.
So they're right-
So that's a different universe.
Yeah. I mean, I knew that. I just wasn't
Yeah.
sure what he meant when he said Batman.
Yeah, so there's the DC EU and then there's the
There's
DC alternate U. Yeah, they're actually calling it Elseworlds,
Also-
like in the comics.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so the Batman is an Elseworld one, which makes more sense probably because we haven't really seen anyone superpowered in it yet. So
Yeah. It seems like it's going to be like a more realist. Yeah.
yeah,
Anyway,
that's
that's
kind of like Christopher Nolan's.
yeah. But no, big expectations for this movie. I'm expecting it to tickle my funny bones.
I don't think it can fail, because if it does fail, everything else everyone's gonna lose faith.
yeah.
Like, everyone's already lost faith.
Yeah. Look, it's just it's the comic fans that are clinging on to dear life.
Yeah,
They're
oh,
like, please.
All the DC fans, like, I swear DC's good, just watch the animated, please. They're holding on to the
Yeah.
fucking thing. Some of them are still holding on to Zack's. To be fair, that's something that really pisses me off.
They're holding on to Zack Snyder.
Yeah, they're like trying to lower this movie, like trying to make this movie seem like shit because it's not Zack Snyder and stuff.
But Zack Snyder.
Zack Snyder's movies were not good. Like, here's the thing, I've done videos on Zack Snyder, like, and his DCU and how people should just let it die.
Yeah.
Even with Justice League being good to decent, you still could have chopped off 2 hours of that film.
Yeah.
Like, it was not good enough to be released for a 4-hour film. It was not
Yeah.
worth watching.
But okay, actually, here's a question. Do you like? Because this is kind of related, leading back. Do you like the way that they did the Flash in the Justice League movie? The Flash specifically.
Which Justice League? Zack
As in-
Snyder or the first one? Because the
Is there a big
first,
difference? I haven't seen the Zack Snyder.
well, the
one.
first one, he's more like a comic relief character. He has that scene where he falls on Wonder Woman and then comes back up, which is kind of funny, but people didn't like how it sexualized the Wonder Woman character, which is something that happens a lot in the comics, considering she is from an Amazonian race, but whatever. But then in the Justice League Zack Snyder edition, he seems like more of a fleshed out character. He seems more like an actual person. And he has arguably the greatest scene in superhero movies.
I haven't seen it. I have to see that.
Oh.
But
Do you want me to describe it?
no,
Okay.
I don't. But Okay, respectively. So first, not the just a plain old Justice League. Did you like the way they did him in that?
If it was Wally West, yes. But because Wally West is more of like a
The
predator. he
All
likes
right,
to
all right.
he likes to
Okay.
go after girls. Okay, he likes his women. That's like kind of Wally West's character to begin with, and then he grows out of it because he's
Right.
young. But because it's Barry Allen, no, I did not like the character. I did not think it suited what we know of Barry Allen.
Yeah, because he didn't really seem like the type of person that would be like a scientist. You know, it's just
Oh
like
yeah, he didn't seem very smart.
no, he just seemed like just some
Some redneck kid.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't. It's like because obviously that version of him. It's like how did someone like that be working at a lab and get all these get?
Yeah, be able to make the suit.
Yeah.
Because it's supposed to be like a flight test suit. And it doesn't make much sense on how he would get that.
It's stupid. Anyways, okay, that. So what about the Zack Snyder director's cut?
Oh yeah, that's a good Flash.
Good Flash.
Like, it's not as good as the TV show, season 1 to 4. Fuck the rest of the seasons.
Specific.
Well, listen, the Flash doesn't change much from 4 onwards, other than the fact that they keep like teaching him the same lessons.
Oh.
Yeah, it kind of gets annoying. Once Savitar's done, it's like, okay, you guys can stop now.
Okay, that's interesting then.
But he is still like a good character. You want to see where he's going to go, and we're going to see that in this film and see like, because we get to see the greedy part of the Flash where he changes the timeline for his own benefit.
Yeah. Wait, this
And-
movie.
Well, yeah, because it's Flashpoint.
Oh. Oh. Right. Oh. Yeah. Yeah. Sorry.
Hence, it's going to reset everything, Owen.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Did you forget the film that we're watching?
Wait. What?
I thought we're watching the director's cut.
Yeah,
Damn it,
well.
Owen.
Nah, but I think it's. I have high hopes, and I'm expecting, because that's the thing though, is that they can't just completely change the character, because now that they've associated Ezra Miller with this kind of goofball kind of guy, they're gonna have to keep some of the elements in his character. He's kind of forced to, right?
Oh yeah, like because the Flash is a goofball.
I know, but like the Ezra Miller's goofball in like the Justice League one was a bit more, the comic relief, kind of like just dumb.
Yeah, but he shouldn't be like that because I believe it's taking after the Justice League Zack Snyder's instead of that.
Okay, but yeah, I don't know that
Well,
the elements. He's kind of forced to work with what Zack Snyder made him. You know. What I mean? So it's kind of there's going to be a hint of that in there, which I don't know how James Gunn is going to interpret Zack Snyder's.
To be fair, he could go completely different
He could.
and say that it's just because of it's just a time gap or something. He could do it 5 years later. Anything could have happened to the character. He could.
Yeah.
I could see him doing a lot of things to work around his like the problems with the DC characters that
Yeah.
Zack Snyder made.
But my problem with that, like you said, if it's like a time skip, that's kind of crap because it goes from because it goes from like because in Justice League he kind of just started out, right?
Yeah.
So he's gonna go from this just started out guy, skipping all like the good learning parts and just ending up in a all right guys, I know how to fucking rewind the universe. You know what I mean?
Well, the thing in the Flashpoint is he doesn't even remember redoing the universe. So I'm assuming it's going to be something like that
Oh.
in this film as well.
Okay, that's good because then you can lead up to more movies.
Yeah, exactly. Because I'm assuming he's going to run through time by accident, and then not remember himself, like seeing that he's had his mother's thing, changing the future, not even thinking about it, seeing like the mother being murdered or something,
Yeah.
and then going back to the future and then realizing I fucked up. Like that's kind of how I see it playing out because I don't see him doing it exactly the same. Like
Yeah.
they could just have him go like pure selfish mode, run back in time and go, "Mother, no!" Kills his mother himself and goes, "Oh God!" Yeah, he's the reverse Flash.
like A-Train style.
Yeah, he just runs through it. Oh my God, dude! I didn't even think about that. My God. Oh my God! And then you see like the little Flash like holding his mom's hands, going. No.
That'd be crazy. Oh my god.
That'd be fucking funny. Like, it'd be so dark. It'd be funny as shit.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I mean, with Zack Snyder's characters, I wouldn't put it past him. I mean, he doesn't understand the DCU. He literally had Superman snap a man's neck, and then he had Wonder Woman cut. Like, I could see Wonder Woman doing this, but he had Superman leading Wonder Woman to cut off Steppenwolf's head. That is not a Superman move.
Okay, okay, I'm just gonna say it now. One off. I fucking hate Zack Snyder's Superman.
Absolutely.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Anyone who tries to justify Zack Snyder's Superman doesn't know Superman.
I'm about to have a meltdown. Just thinking about it, dude. Just thinking about it gets me.
Well, he's going to be in this film, apparently. So I'm wondering if...
What?
Yeah,
Didn't they...
Apparently it's the last film with Henry Cavill.
Okay.
Like, Superman's Henry Cavill.
They kind of brought him back for Shazam.
Look, they're bringing back the whole Justice League for this film, I believe.
This... But don't... Wait,
Like,
different Batman, right? Please, Luke, different Batman?
Ben Affleck's not that bad. No, well, I think it's for the
There's
beginning.
something-
I think it's for the beginning,
Okay.
not for, like, the end.
It's
So
like,
he's going to talk to him and shit, and then time travel.
there's something about the Ben Affleck Batman that just doesn't seem
Is
right.
it the Bat Bro?
No. Like I said, I haven't even seen it. I haven't seen the trailer, but
You will.
there's just something about Ben Affleck's Batman that just doesn't give me Batman vibes. He just seems too...
Well, I mean, we'll see if he can change that. We'll see if
That's a
James
good
Gunn
point.
can
That is a
write
good
it
point.
properly so that he is a perfect Batman.
That's like...
Same with Superman, same with Wonder Woman,
Yeah.
even though Wonder Woman was already good.
Well, but that's the thing. I'm coming into this with a completely open mind. Like I'm gonna be accepting if he just completely changes
Yeah.
the way they act, the way their personality.
I will feel the same way. If the movie's good, I don't give a shit what happens.
Yeah, same.
If it's bad, I will still find a way to love it, probably, because we are
With the
both...
Flash.
Yeah, we're DC, sure, so let's be real. We're probably going to be sitting there like, dude, this movie was great, seeing the Flash run through time, oh my god, and then everyone's going to be there like, what the fuck were you guys smoking?
It could be like a gay porno with a guy called the Flash, and I'd still gonna love it. But like, oh man, look, come on, guys,
Dude,
it's pretty
it
good.
gave me like Brokeback Mountain vibes of how good the acting was, and also some of the scenes. I think I may have just watched the wrong film. I mean, the Joker was in it. He wasn't wearing makeup.
Oh, I love the scene when they did the live action version of "I Joked You Off at Super Speeds, Barry."
Oh my god, dude. I hope there's a dude, if there's a reference to that, no, if there's like a reference to like anything like that, this movie's instantly a 10.
If he's like if he's like in his room
No,
jacking off and it's like Barry, and it's oh shit.
I don't mean like that. I mean like if like a subtle one, like if Barry Allen's, if someone's like talking to Barry, like, so like what can you, so wait, you have super speeds, yeah, so what's the fastest thing you've ever done? Like something like that, something like more subtle, or like,
But is it okay? What's the rating on the movie? Do you know?
I think
Like
it's
M?
I think it's probably M.
Yeah.
I don't think it's MA or R. I don't think there should be any killing. If there is killing, I will be upset, but I won't be devastated because of what's been set up. If there's
Okay.
killing in if Batman or Superman kills in James Gunn's verse, I am fucking done. Like straight up done.
all right.
Fuck these movies.
Yeah, no.
Like, I'm so sick of people misunderstanding the characters.
It's not that hard. Like you can look up what is Batman's main principle. What is Superman's main
Fucking
principle?
read this! This is all you need! This is literally the only comic book you need to read to understand Batman. You want a Superman one? Go All-Star Superman! Or even, if you want to understand why they're like this, well, why do people want them not to kill them? Read fucking this! It's not that difficult! Jesus! Like, it's genuinely not hard to understand these characters. Pick up 4 comic books out of any of their catalogs and you will get it.
Genuinely, dude.
Unless, oh no, even the fucking Dark Knight Rises gets it. And fucking somehow Zack Snyder read that comic book story and was like, Batman,
That's right.
dude, Batman breaks a gun over his knee and says, these are the weapons of cowards, or something similar to that line. Not James Gunn, sorry. Zack Snyder sees that and goes,
Oh Jesus, man! I don't even know.
what? Like, oh, it's so fucking dumb. And if they kill in this will be the last movie where I'm like accepting of it.
I love how this has become from what are expectations of the Flash to expectations of James Gunn.
Well, I mean, it's kind of the same thing because I'm expecting no killing in this movie. If there is killing, though, I'm going to be willing.
yeah. What?
I'm going to be okay at this killing in this last movie.
In this last movie,
Because
if it's done by certain characters.
It's also in the Flashpoint, every character basically is a serial killer. Because Batman kills people, Cyborg doesn't.
So that's basically is that going to be the excuse for why people kill each other? Because
Pretty
we were leading up to the Flashpoint, guys. All right, that's why everyone's killing each other.
Throughout the whole thing, it all makes sense. Like, because the fucking Superman, the first thing he does is comes out and laser beams some fucking dudes to save the Flash and shit, and the Flash is kind of like, okay.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about now. Yeah.
So like, if they kill in this, it's the last movie where it's okay. Like, if I see Booster Gold in like a funny TV show where he's laughing along and then all of a sudden he laser beams some dude's head off, I'm just gonna be there like,
is Booster Gold gonna be in this? I would love if he is.
I don't think Booster Gold. Who would even play? You know, not.
I'll tell you who can play Booster Gold. Ryan Gosling. Anyways,
Harley Quinn.
Harley Quinn plays Booster Gold, but who do you get to play Harley Quinn?
Well, I mean the chick.
Oh, I get what you're talking about.
Good. Margot Robbie.
You're talking about because Barbie.
I also don't like Margot Robbie, but
don't get me started on the Suicide Squad 2's Margot Robbie.
Yeah, that's a different video. We're just you can hear
rant. It's just a rant.
Listen, I'll cut it up, but you can hear from us how depressed we are about the DCU or DCEU in general, because obviously he loves Doomsday Clock. We both love DC. We love Injustice. We love Injustice 2, but we love it because it's a conflict of ideology.
Yeah.
Which doesn't happen in these movies.
Yeah, exactly. Because the great thing about the comics is that the writers are
understanding
and comfortable to write outside of the main ways that they follow, but they kind of make sure that it's like, hey guys, this is kind of not part of the main thing of what a character would do, you know? Yeah,
it's an Elseworld story.
Yeah, exactly. Like they, I guess being able to title it Elseworlds tells you that it's gonna be different, but they still do it in a way that lets you understand that this is different. This is not what the characters would do. Yet it's still a beautiful branch that they can take.
I mean, even when they don't, like the first time Batman uses a gun, like genuine Bruce Wayne in the comic book storyline was to shoot Darkseid to be able to defeat him, and you see it, like you see the way they display it as like this scene where it's the only way they can actually win, and Batman's like, this is the only time I'm actually willing to break my code, my ethics.
Yeah.
And it's to beat you, you son of a bitch. And then he shoots him. And then he dies in the process, which I think he knew was going to happen anyway. Until he didn't, but that's not the point.
Yeah.
Fucking DC, man. I mean, at least they didn't make two siblings have sex. So they're at least doing better than Marvel.
Look, some people went to that, okay? Not me though. Not me though.
You have two brothers. I don't know if I want to be on this couch. What couch?
It's a couch. It's a black couch.
It's a couch with no back. Whee!
Yeah. It's like it's the PewDiePie couch, right?
Isn't that just the black one?
Yeah, you know the chair.
Whoa. Oh yeah. He sits on a floor now, so. Anyway, point is, fuck the DCEU. Thank God we're resetting it. And this movie's going to be great no matter what, unless it isn't.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
So, round of applause for James Gunn for making another great film, unless it isn't.
Yeah.
And then, well, you'll hear about it in like 2 seconds.
Yeah, stay tuned.
I mean, you got anything else to
add? No, honestly, no.
Okay.
Right, we'll see you in a bit with the after opinions.
Yeah, see you. Also, there better be a Grant Gustin cameo.
Hey guys, Sixtails here, and, well, future Sixtails, I guess, and from this moment on, this is going to be purely audio. There's not going to be any face features, so, yeah, enjoy.
Are we rolling?
Yeah, it started.
Where do I begin?
Anything that's spoilers free. So, you don't.
So thanks for this is the review, guys. That's it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Nah, it was a really good movie, really good.
Okay, so let's start off with first giving it like a score.
Score out of 10. 10. What is 10? Give me a reference for 10.
10 is like the perfect superhero movie.
Perfect superhero. All right.
So
you go first.
Oh, you want me to go first?
Yeah.
While I did have a couple issues with it, like some stuff, it's also not the final product, so I don't care that much.
Oh yeah, we should probably give. Yeah. We didn't see the final the movie that most viewers will probably see.
Yeah, so it might get a little bit more polished than it was, but we're probably maybe a scene or two might get changed or cut.
Yeah.
But we saw like it's almost like we've probably seen like the director's cut, more or less.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it might need a little bit more work. But other than that, honestly, this movie's like a 9 out of 10.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking good. I gotta say, I really enjoyed it.
I'm not gonna
Jesus.
lie, at the start, I was worried shitless. Some of the humor wasn't exactly landing perfectly from the
Yeah.
characters it was using for
Yeah.
humorous points. But like, after the main start hits,
Oh, it just
Yeah.
goes up. It's an uphill journey.
yeah, it just fucking blows it out the water.
Yeah,
It goes like,
it's-
okay, time to go.
Yeah, it's just like woo. It's really good.
Like, this is literally nitpicking. Like, the CGI in some scenes,
It's a bit questionable.
it's questionable, but it also kind of makes sense for the speedster's use and stuff. So it makes sense that the CGI is going to be perfect and it'll be hard to implement.
Yeah.
And the music in literally one scene was not very good, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, I think it works, and I think it's a song that I feel like the general public would like. Like a diehard comic fan or a movie fan might not like it, but if you're watching it as like I'm taking my kids out to see the Flash movie.
Well, that's why I said it was literally nitpicking. Like,
Yeah.
it is genuinely just a nitpick that I personally dislike, and the only thing that really pulls this movie down is the CGI and the start of the film not being 100% perfect.
Yeah, I think the only reason the start of the film isn't perfect is because it's kind of like they have to start somewhere in a weird situation that can lead into the rest of the movie. I feel
Yeah, that.
like where do you begin for what happens in the movie? Where do you start? You know?
I mean, I think it was a really good starting point.
Yeah.
It's literally just like the humor in it is like
Right.
questionable, and if they, I don't even know, like maybe if they fixed up the CGI, it would go to a 10, or if they like maybe cut some of the humorous bits, it would go to a 10. But even then, some of the humor in that start bit is also fucking hilarious.
Just not what you're looking for.
Well, no, it's like, it's hilarious, but it's also led up to by a humor part that I
Okay.
personally do not enjoy.
Okay.
And
Well, I gotta say though that like even if the start humor isn't great, the rest of the movie is actually pretty funny. I gotta say, I quite like. There are a few scenes that actually got me laughing. Like I mean, I can't say, but
we'll go into spoilers in a minute for like a different video, not this one.
Yeah. But for a scene quite late into the movie, it actually got me laughing pretty hard.
To be fair, it actually got also very emotional in the end.
Oh my god!
Like,
yeah.
it was. Well,
for Ezra Miller's Flash, he got pretty emotional.
Yeah, I was not expecting to be sitting in that theater like, am I about to cry here? What the fuck? Because I didn't think that, like, I thought this movie would be sad, but sad in the fact where you're like, oh, that's sad.
Yeah.
Not in the fact like, oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Ah.
Like there's a hard hitting moment in late in the film. It was
Which we can't talk
which we
about
can't talk
yet.
about, but
We can talk about it in 5 minutes.
Yeah, but look forward to it if you do end up watching this
Yeah, this is,
movie.
if you are a comic fan or a superhero fan, high recommend.
Oh,
honestly.
my goodness. It is very good. It is very good.
You will genuinely be missing out. And if you don't want to watch this movie just because Ezra Miller's in it, one, you're not supporting the people that actually created it. Two, you're lost. To be honest, just straight up, you're lost. We'll keep it. It's fine.
Okay, I have a question for you. In relation to DC movies, what is this equal to?
It's equal to the original Flashpoint, a soft reboot.
But I'm talking about DC movies, like DC EU movies. My
Yeah,
apologies.
it seems like a soft reboot where it's
Yeah.
going to get rid of some of the characters, change them completely, but then keep some of the other ones that they like.
But I mean, like in equivalent to other films. I mean, like quality-wise, like how good it was.
Oh, if we're comparing it to other DCU
Yeah.
films, this is like 100 out of 10.
No, but like, is it the best DC?
Oh, absolutely.
Movie? Okay, what about is it the best DC movie? Not animated, live action.
Not anime, yeah.
So better than Dark Knight.
Oh, actually, because that does include Dark Knight, but
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like
the problem
just
is
DC movies.
the Dark Knight and Batman are on such a small scale this tackles a huge scale and does it successfully.
I think it's great because like you said, like you just said, it tackles a huge scale of. It has wider implications for not just the specific franchise of the Flash, but for the entire DCEU.
And
Whereas,
it couldn't have done it better, to be honest.
Honestly,
I mean, it could have done it better in like the sense it went word for word for what the comic book did. But like,
that'd be a long movie.
yeah, but like other than that, like it genuinely could not have done this better. In fact, I might go as far to say that I like it the same amount as the comic. I'm not gonna say I like it better than the comic. Like I'm not gonna step there because no. But I think it's very close, if not at the same level as the comic book for me.
Okay, all right.
Like it's just a genuinely good movie.
It's a fucking good movie, I gotta say. Oh man, James Gunn did not fuck it up like I was saying before.
Well, I mean, I don't know how much involvement he had in this. Is the issue?
Oh yeah. Well,
So he might have had a lot. He might have had a little. But either way, it's a great start to his universe.
yeah.
Like,
whatever he's doing, he's still keep doing it. All right.
if Blue Beetle is anything like to the level of this movie, even if it's like a 7,
Yeah,
like,
I think it'll be.
dude, this whole franchise will be off to a flyer.
Yeah.
Way better. Okay, way better than Iron Man.
Whoa.
Way better than Iron Man. Now here's the thing. This could be just because we've only just watched it and we got to see it first. So like, it could be like
A lot of hype.
Yeah, so we're already very hyped, so we could have just been watching it through like a lens, like, oh my god, this is so cool, ignoring everything bad. However, I think for a start of a series, I think this does it amazing. I think it probably does it the best out of any superhero adaptation.
Yeah.
And honestly, this just cemented to me again that DC does fight scenes way better than Marvel. Like, 100 out of 100.
Especially in later Marvel movies where they have so many characters, where they have to fit in all these fights with all these characters, and then it just seems like there's little screen time for all the fights that they have.
Yeah.
I just feel like that the way that DC is now heading, assuming it's going to be on par, similar to how the Flash is, it's going to be way better than what Marvel's pumping out these days.
I mean, if they continue on this trajectory, they will be better than the MCU.
Yeah.
Like, no doubt about it. And that's including like phase 1 to 4. Because if they if they get the same amount of phases and they're all at least on par with this or better,
Yeah.
I mean, what more could you ask for?
Yeah.
We're giving this a 9. You couldn't ask for better.
Yeah.
Because like Infinity War was like a 9 out of 10, a 10 out of 10. And if it's as good as that, the first film for the whole franchise, I mean,
Yeah.
that DC could actually cement itself as the best superhero shit again.
Yeah. Like, honestly, man, I'm just so keen to see what they have in store in the future. Like, do you know, apart from Blue Beetle, do you know what else DC's going to be making?
They're going to be making Superman. Like, this is just from the top of my head. Superman, Batman, Green Lantern TV show, Ghost of Gold, either movie or TV show. They're doing a Mystic one, I believe.
Okay. But TV shows are different because there's a lot less budget. Well, there's maybe not less budget, but it's more spread out. You know?
Yeah, but it's also connected to the universe.
Okay.
So it's still going to have, like, an impact. And, like, it could go widespread. Who knows? It could do a Last of Us.
Oh, alright.
I don't remember everything. I remember, like, those bits and pieces. But, like, if the Superman Legacy is half as good as this, or not half as good, half as faithful as this, like, actually there is like a couple scenes that, like, if this wasn't from the Zack Snyderverse and this was just like its standalone movie, I probably would have been really pissed off with.
Wait, what do you mean by that?
Well, I just thought of something that did annoy me at the time, but I was like, it's Zack Snyder's verse, so it makes sense.
With this movie?
Yeah. But, like, it's still a 9 out of 10. It's just because it's Zack Snyder's verse that they're doing it. It's Zack Snyder's characters.
Okay.
So it makes sense for the storyline that it's in.
Okay.
And I'll say it in, like, a couple seconds, probably. Because I think we're pretty much done here. Yeah, so 9 out of 10.
Great movie.
You giving it a 9 out of 10 as well?
I'm gonna say...
Or are you going to give it an 8 just in case it's nostalgia goggles?
No, I'm gonna give it an 8, yeah, but I'm just gonna give it an 8 only because I know that, like, as great as that was, I'd have to see what the final, like, once they've polished it up again, because it's like, as of right now, there are a few things that I think could be polished up. So I'm gonna give it an 8, but that's not for the Flash movie. For the Flash,
But it's a high 8, right?
Yeah, it's like 8.9. But it's an 8 for the Flash preview, I guess what you call it, whatever we saw. That's
Pre-film, I
Pre-film,
guess.
yeah. So that's an 8 for that. I'm gonna go ahead and say that the finished movie, unless they like remove like that scene we're talking about, that's pretty emotional. That's gonna be a 9. I'll give it that.
If it fixes the CGI,
yeah,
it's a 10. For me, it is straight up a 10. And and I will comfortably say it is the best DC movie out there.
Okay, all right.
Even honestly, it would probably even rank up with the animated.
You know what? I'm not going to complain about that. I think that's fair.
Like if you're looking at it currently, the best DC animated film, other than for you, is probably Batman: The Phantom Mask.
Right.
Because it's such a good story. It's such a good story that encapsulates Batman. This whole story was centered around one point, and it did it so well as you slowly see the Flash, realize what he has to do throughout the story.
Yeah.
That is the whole story, and as you realize it, you're like, he's realizing. And you're watching him realize it, and it's so fucking heart-wrenching to see it actually happen.
Yeah, that's a bit spoiler territory, which we'll get into.
I mean, it's not exact. It's the whole story is centered around one piece.
Yeah.
And it makes it. It makes it a really good story. And if they do fix the CGI, it is a 10 for me. And I would put it as my second or first DC movie.
Alright, I like it.
Okay. Bye.